Hi, welcome to the Coffee Hour, a show that involves you in verbal interaction. Sports with Brian Camp. So settle in with coffee in hand and enjoy the Coffee Hour. Now here's your host, Frank Allan.
And a pleasant good morning to each and every one of you. TGIF, it's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. And here we are. Another week has gone by and we're coming up to the weekend once again and we're getting it together. Thank you so much for joining us. And we are here finally at another edition of the Coffee Hour. And we're going to be here all hour long, and in this hour we're going to be doing a lot of things. We're going to get together and involve you in conversation, and we're going to have a lot of conversation. We've got so much to get through today before the show is over, and we're going to do that. And with your help, you being out there, we're going to just muzzle along and get it together. Now, those of you who are joining us for the first time, we thank you so much for being with us. And of course, we always thank our people who've been around with us forever. And just want to chat with the people who've been around with us just maybe your very first time around the block here. Well, let me tell you how it goes. We're here every week at this time, and every week we invite everyone in for conversation. And of course, as I said, the name of the show is called The Coffee Hour. Now, we start off as host. I get things going by moving along and getting the show rolling. And as I do that, at any time at all, starting right now at this particular moment, all you have to do is type into whatever you want to talk about, whatever you want to say. I will see you right there on the big screen. And of course, I will acknowledge you. And of course, you can catch us on your computer, your iPhone, your iPad, and your tablet, any other device that you may have that has a screen and a keyboard. Just type it in there. And of course, I will acknowledge you. Absolutely. And even if it's so much of as a hello, that's all you want to do. That's okay, too. A lot of people may not want to get involved in conversation. And maybe you're here for the first time and you just want to feel everything out. I could understand that. And some people just like to relax and watch the show. And some of you may be at work right now. That's a possibility, right? And if you are, of course, you probably on your coffee break at this particular moment. And if you are on your coffee break, well, we invite you to take your coffee break, sit at your desk, and enjoy your coffee and watch the show at the same time so that when your coffee break is up, you're already in place. All you have to do is go back to work and watch the show at the same time. That's something I like to say called multitasking. So all of you out there, thank you so much for being with us. And if you're watching us for the first time, we want to make sure that all of your friends are invited as well. Now, you can tag them. If you're on Facebook, tag them. That's very easy to do. And you can do that without even missing a beat of the show. Tag them and bring them along, because if they come in, they like what they see, they like what they hear, possibly they'll come back again and again, just like you. They'll see that tag, they'll know it's from you, they trust you. And so when they click onto that tag notification, it brings them directly to us. How do you like that? And so we would invite you to do that. I hope that you get a chance to do that. And those of you who are watching us on YouTube, I always invite you to come to our YouTube channel. And, and if you're there right now, all you have to do is subscribe to us. We want you to do that. We always encourage that. And how do you do that? Well, take your mouse, right? Drag it over to where it's subscribe. Point the arrow right upon it, click onto it, and that takes care of everything. There's no fee in charge, no money, no nothing, no notes, no nothing. It's just simply free. All we want you to do is subscribe. Now, when you subscribe to us, that gives you the opportunity now to know that when we come on the air live, you'll get that instant notification just in case you forget about the show. Or even if we post a video of some sort on the YouTube page or the channel, you'll get instant notification providing you're online to see it. All right, so please do that and invite your friends over as well. And you guys who are watching us on Instagram, nothing special to do, just keep the word going. And you can tag your friends as well. All you have to do is cut and paste. And you go to the browser and cut and paste our link and then send it to all of your friends, or how many friends you want to send. It doesn't matter. The more, the merrier. That's what we say. And of course, if they see that, they'll know it's coming from you. And they'll click onto it and it brings them right here. So everybody's going to be involved in the show. We want to get you involved in the show. And if there's anything special that you want to talk about, please feel free. Just type it in and we'll get to that. We'll definitely get to that, and we'll try to get your conversation or whatever you might want to talk about into play of the show. And so that's what we're going to do. And all hour long, we're going to invite all of you to come in and to enjoy us. Okay, remember that all of the views and the opinions expressed on this show, Talkback Live, that's not necessarily, not Talkback Live, that was last night, the Coffee Hour, all the views and the expressions expressed on this show, the Coffee Hour, does not necessarily reflect the view or the opinion of the people of Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Zoom, or any other social media outlet that we broadcast on, or any other broadcast facility. So, ladies and gentlemen, with that in mind, let's get started right away on the show and lift our cups, as we always do, with your favorite beverage in it. Could be coffee, tea, cocoa, or whatever, even orange juice. And excuse me while I shoot up. That's delicious. That's marvelous. Nice and hot and raring to go. Now, yours may not be coffee. You don't necessarily have to drink coffee. A lot of people don't. Like I said, it could be cocoa, orange juice, milk even. And even if you want to make sure that you have any kind of elements inside of your beverage, you can just go plain water. As long as you're there, that's the most important thing. Now, right throughout the show, as we get involved with you, we also have our regular duties that we do each week. For instance, later on in the program, as a matter of fact, just minutes from now, within this particular half hour, we're going to have sports with Brian Camp. He's going to come along and bring us the latest developments in today's world of sports. You'll get a chance to see him. He'll be here on the screen, direct from Charlotte, North Carolina. We'll link up with him. And those of you who are watching us on Facebook, you'll get a chance to see him. If you're watching us on YouTube, you'll get a chance to see him. But Instagram is another story. We don't get a chance to do that. But you will get a chance to hear him. You could hear him, but not see him. And if you have any particular questions for him, sports related, by all means, ask away. He'll be here. He'll be able to answer all of your questions. He's got a lot of sports issues to talk about, and we're going to be talking about that. But you could have questions, and you could ask the questions. And those of you who don't get a chance to see him, if you're watching us on Instagram, don't worry, you'll hear him, and you can still ask questions as well. Whatever he doesn't see, I will see. I monitor everything here as well. So I will answer your questions. I will, as a matter of fact, if you have a question and he doesn't see it, I will definitely convey the question to him, and then he'll answer the question. So everybody wins all the way around, even if you don't get a chance to see him. So that's the way we go. And right throughout the show too, later on, before the show is over, I have my picks of the week that's coming along. My picks of the week for movies. Now, that's what I do each week. I go to Turner Classic Movies and look down and see what's going on. And I have certain picks, and I pick them out, and I provide them for you for your weekend. A lot of you may be doing a lot of things for the weekend. And one of the things that you may want to do is catch up on some movies, just in case you want to sit back and relax, pop some popcorn in the microwave, and just go to town. Okay, so I have those movies there coming up. And I will relay those to you. And there's so many things going on. So thank you so much for being along with us. Those of you who are going to get involved in conversation with us, and we hope that you do, we ask you if you kindly would, give us your weather forecast. Let us know what it's like in your area of town. Because all around the world, we have different weather forecasts. Mine may be different from yours. And the only reason why I ask you to do that is so we can kind of compare notes, my weather to your weather. And so it doesn't matter where you are around the world. You have probably a different weather forecast from what I do. But those of you who live in New York, or even in the vicinity of New York City, don't worry about that. I'll take care of that, because I'm coming to you live from New York City. That's where we originate. So that information I will take care of. So you guys who live around there, don't worry about it. I'll take care of all of that for you, and we'll get it together. Hello, Mary Reed out there today. And she's going to have her cup of coffee right now, you see? So we've got everybody all set and raring to go, and raring to conversate and get into the action with us right here on the Coffee Hour. The weather looks good in New York. We're going to tell you about that in just a few minutes. But for the rest of you guys who are getting ready to get ready for the weekend, I hope your weekend is going to be a good one. And if it's not good weather-wise, I'm pretty sure you'll create something. You'll do something to create that and make it a good weekend, because that's what it's all about. Well, here we are. It's April 26th, and we're coming up to the wire of April. We're coming down to the last part of April. As a matter of fact, when we come back next week, we're going to be in the month of May. They say April showers bring May flowers. We had a lot of great showers here in New York. I don't know about where you live, but we had a lot of rain, in the past. And so that doesn't mean we won't get any rain in May, but the flowers start to bloom. If you go around in different places, the cherry blossoms are out there. It looks nice and pink, nice, colorful situation out there. And if you live in New York City, you go to Central Park, it looks great out there. And so the summertime is coming up. We're still in spring. We're still in the spring mode, but summertime is coming up, and that's where the action takes place. People are going to be doing a lot of things for the summer, and they're going to go out and barbecue and do so many things. We've got holidays coming up, all kinds of things. So we're getting ready for that. We're also celebrating Scottish American Heritage Month, all of the month of April. So we've got one time to relay it to you. This is the very last time to tell you about it. And all of my brothers and sisters from Scotland, if you're living in Scotland, we broadcast to Scotland. If you're living there right now and you're under the sound of my voice or in view, we want to wish you a happy American Heritage Month. And those of you who are living in the United States who are Scottish, and you decided that you want to live here and you have your citizenship in order and you're here, the same thing we'll celebrate. Now, those of you have many memories of Scotland as a kid. Let us know. Give us some information. Maybe there are some events that are taking place where you live to celebrate this historical month. And we would love to hear about that. And of course, you pass it along to us. We'll pass it along to everyone else who are watching right now. So happy Scottish Heritage Month to all of you out there. And again, we're coming down to the wire. And boy, the months they really go fast. They really go fast. Also, we are celebrating a National Pretzel Day. Yeah, you like pretzels? National Pretzel Day. I have a few in the bag right here. Would you care to indulge? Huh? Would anybody like to indulge? Nice pretzel. Let me grab one. I don't know if it goes good with coffee, but very good. I'll have some more later, as a matter of fact. National Pretzel Day. Go out, get yourself a bunch of pretzels. Remember when you were a kid, you used to get those rod pretzels. You could buy them for a penny. I mean, they still sell them today, but you won't get them for a penny anymore. And everything comes in a bag, come in bulk now. So National Pretzel Day, go out and get some and enjoy yourself. Also, for all of my friends who live in South Dakota, last week it was North Dakota, but now this week is South Dakota, National South Dakota Day. So all of you guys who are watching from South Dakota, we salute you with both hands. As a matter of fact, they say you shouldn't salute with the left hand, right hand, whatever. There's no law, and you can use both hands, as a matter of fact. We salute you and honor you on this day. It's National South Dakota Day. What goes on in South Dakota? I don't know. And you're going to tell me about it. If you're out there watching from South Dakota, you are going to tell me about it, right? And that's what you're going to do. Anyway, so we got all of those things out of the way. We've got great things to talk about today, and sports coming up, as I said, and you in conversation. And if there's anything, as I said earlier, if there's anything that you want to talk about in particular, please let us know what's happening today. And Mary, do you have your pretzels with your coffee today? I mean, I'm well supplied. I mean, I would give you some if you were here, or I can bring you some, pretzels. I love pretzels ever since a little boy. But be very careful. Don't eat a bunch of them. Especially if you can get the pretzels with the low sodium, that would be great. That would be great. Anyway, thank you so much for being along. And got that weather forecast again. So I just want to remind all of you who are watching right now at this particular moment, if you have, if you're out of town, out of New York City, please let us know your weather forecast. It doesn't have to be a full-blown weather forecast. No, no, no. It doesn't have to be that. All it has to be, you can give me, shoot an emoji that kind of like identifies what your weather is like, or you could just give us partly cloudy or sunny skies or something just to talk about, so we can talk about that. So again, if you're in the area of New York City, don't worry about that weather forecast because I am going to deliver that for you. As a matter of fact, I should do that right now, right? I'm going to do that right now. It's not going to be a bad weather-wise. Not at all. It's not going to be bad at all. I pre-read it before I came on the air, and it looks kind of good. We've got 53 degrees outside as we speak right now. And just looking out the window before I got on the air, we got a lot of sunshine. There's going to be a lot of sunshine today, so let's get with it, right? Plentiful sunshine today. We'll have a high around 59 degrees. It's going to be winds southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And we look forward to more of this stuff here for Friday night. That's tonight. You're going out on the town Friday night. You usually do Friday and Saturday night. Remember the old days? I mean, I don't do it anymore, but I never missed a Friday or Saturday night on the town. But it's going to be looking good for you if you're going out. It's going to be clear skies. We have a low 43 degrees. Winds will be south-southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. So that's no rain in the forecast so far. It looks pretty good where I sit. For tomorrow, Saturday, Saturday, it's going to be partly cloudy skies during the morning hours, but will be becoming overcast in the afternoon, but there is no rain in the forecast at this particular point. We'll have a high around 60 degrees, so the temperature is boosting up a little bit. Winds will be south at 10 to 15 miles per hour, but it goes downhill a little bit for Saturday night, so you may want to take a little umbrella with you because we're going to have overcast skies, rain showers at times, so you don't want to get caught in there because you know sugar melts, right? And we'll have a low 49 degrees. Winds will be south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chance of rain only 50%, but you don't want to, you want to rely on that umbrella if you need it. A 50-50 chance it could be or not to be. That is the question. And for Sunday, as we wrap up our week and head for back to the grind on Monday, we head off after the weekend. For Sunday, whatever your morning chores are, or your morning duties, or your plans for Sunday morning, if you're going to go out there to church or whatever you do for your morning plans, it's going to be cloudy skies early and then partly cloudy in the afternoon. And we'll have a high around 72 degrees. Winds will be light and variable. So again, it looks pretty good out there. It's 53 degrees outside right now. And those of you who are living in New York right now, you may want to take that jacket with you. Take that jacket along with you, you know, because it is a little nippy outside. But I hear tell, and I can go further in the weather forecast, but by the time we get to Monday, it's going to go to 70 degrees, a little above 70 degrees. And so all of you people who live in New York, it's not going to be a bad weekend, and make the best of it. That's what you do. Make the very, very best of it. If you're just joining us, the name of the show is called The Coffee Hour. And of course, we're going to be here together. My name is Frank Allen, and we're going to be here for the whole full hour. And for whatever you want to talk about, whatever it's on your mind, feel free. Just let us know what you want to talk about. I will see you right there on the big screen. And of course, I will acknowledge you as well. And for those of you who just want to sit back and relax and watch the show, we really appreciate. Now, those of you who can't stay for the whole entire hour, we really appreciate the time that you can spend with us. Really would. So again, thank you so much for being aboard with us for this Friday, and we'll get things going. Okay, so we got the weather forecast. Everything is still in hand. Everything looks good. And remember, keep a smile on your face all day. If you walk down the street and someone doesn't have a smile on their face, I know this is an old cliche. I used to say it in radio a lot, you know, before I went off the air. If someone is walking down the street and you see someone without a smile, give them one of yours. Right? I mean, that's like the corniest thing. I mean, when you look back in hindsight, like that's the corniest thing anybody can say to anyone. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to move along right now. And as promised, we're going to go over to Charlotte, North Carolina, because Brian Camp is standing by right now. And we always invite him at this time because he's going to bring us the latest developments in today's world of sports. Again, for all of you who are watching right now, if you have any sports-related questions for Brian, please feel free to ask, and he'll give you all of that information. And I know he can. I'm not going to say if he possibly can, because I know he can. He's very good at it, at what he does, I think. What do you think?
Oh, I'm going to give it straight.
I put him on the spot.
And that's throwing that at me. I'm going to give it to you, and I'm going to give it to you right. You know, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. You know,
yeah.
If I don't know it, if I don't know the question that I cannot answer, then I'll do the research. But I promise I'll come back to you next week and give you the full, accurate response and the answer too. So let me eat my pretzel's good.
Oh yeah, you see, it's National Pretzel Day.
Yeah. Good morning, all. Good morning, Mary. How you doing? Hope all is well with you. Haven't spoken to you in a while. Everybody out there that's tuned in globally, nationally, and locally. It is exactly 50 degrees out here. 60 degrees, I'm sorry. 60 degrees out here in the Queen City of Charlotte, North Carolina, going up to mid-60s, maybe might hit the 70s, but it's going to be a cloudy day. So enjoy the weather. And it's mild temperatures right now, so we hope that everybody could enjoy the weather wherever you are around the world. Some people that may live in a country where it's warm all year round. Well, congratulations to you. Some places like Iceland, it may be cold out there, but wherever you are, good morning. I greet you all good morning from the Queen City of Charlotte, North Carolina. Let me get to sports. Yesterday was NFL Draft Day. It was the opening of the NFL Draft for this year, and it's going to continue today and into tomorrow. So check your teams of who made their draft picks. Hopefully, these draft picks will help improve your team this year in the upcoming season, which I think training camp starts very soon. Think they're going to have rookie camp first, and then training camp, and then the preseason, and then on to the NFL coming up in September. So we make sure that we look out for that. That's very, very important. I want to get to some news. Let me try to bring it up right here. It was in baseball. Unfortunately, this thing happened. A 5 minor league umpire sued Major League Baseball this past Wednesday, saying he was sexually harassed by a female umpire and discriminated against because he is that he is a male and a bisexual as well. To each his own. So Brandon Cooper, an umpire who worked for the minor league Arizona Complex League last year, filed a suit in federal court in Manhattan against Major League Baseball and the PDI Blue Incorporated. So he's saying he was violated. We don't know the full story, but this one just came over yesterday, and more details will come later and everything. So doesn't make a difference if you're a male or female. You can be violated regardless of what sex you are and everything. So these things, you don't like to report these here things, but they have to be said. They have to be said because it's disturbing. Some news got to be, that I might have to report might have to be a little bit uneasy for some of you, and it's not about being negative, but these are the things that do happen. And unfortunately, this happened to this person here. So more details in the upcoming weeks. So we're in the midst of NBA playoff basketball. The Lakers are on the verge of being swept again by the Denver Nuggets. They're down 3-0. I was watching some of the highlights. I was from last night. Just got in from last night from being in New York for a one-day in. And as you know, some of y'all caught last night's show of Talk Back Live. I was in the middle of Amtrak between cities in North Carolina, headed home. And so back here in Charlotte, North Carolina. But some of the games I was watching, some of the games during the trip, and some of the games was entertaining. Some of the games was blowouts. But this one was an embarrassment to the Lakers. You know, the Lakers are a very popular team in the NBA, so they're down 3-0, and they're about to get swept. Anything is possible, but no NBA team was ever down 3-0 to ever come back and win a playoff series. So they're facing elimination as we speak. This day in sports, April 26, 1931, Lou Gehrig hits a home run but was called out due to passing a runner in front of him, costing him the home run crown. I'm going to say that again. When you hit a home run, you get somebody on base, you cannot pass the runner in front of you because you're automatically called out. So he was about to, touch home plate, but he passed him. He passed the run in front of him and was called out. So he was credited to a triple instead of a home run. That home run cost him the home run crown. And the person that beat him out was his teammate, Babe Ruth. Unfortunate thing that happened back then that really ever happens. You can say it happened once in a lifetime. Maybe if it was an unfamiliar play or something went wrong, maybe twice in a lifetime, but this happened in 1931. 1941, a tradition begins. The first organ at a baseball stadium at Wrigley Field. Now they play the organ at these games. Take me out to the ball game. You have the organist playing. The most famous organist that I know is Jane Jarvis at Shea Stadium, who used to play the organ. Dun 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 dun. So you always have an organist now. But this happened in 1941, where happened at Wrigley Field, and then that's where other teams started coming on with the organ play. 1966, Red Auerbach retires from the Boston Celtics as a coach. He was a legendary coach. Then he retired. He turned the reins over to Bill Russell, his center, and they still won more championships. 1982, Gene Michael becomes the New York Yankee manager for the second time. Back in those days, George Steinbrenner was firing everybody for any reason, just for publicity. But he always had a kind heart to rehire you to come right back. So that happened in 1982. 1988, the NBA approves additional third referee. Now we have 3 referees who officiate a game. This happened in the 1988-89 season. 1992, Ozzie Smith steals his 500th stolen base. Birthdays today. We only have 2. Hack Wilson, born in 1900, Major League Baseball outfielder, born in Elwood City, Pennsylvania. And happy birthday, was born in 1955, Mike Scott, Major League Baseball pitcher, National League Cy Young Award winner, was born in Santa Monica, California. And ladies and gentlemen, that is sports.
My favorite place, Santa Monica. I love it over there. The beach in the summertime, that's great. It makes me homesick. Hey, listen, did you see that NFL draft crowd last night?
I didn't really see it. I was turning back and forth to the basketball games, caught some of it.
I didn't realize how many people. There were a lot of people out there. I mean, that crowd was big.
Yes.
And I think they drafted like a dozen players already. But that crowd was big. That crowd was bigger than Donald Trump's inauguration.
Well,
that was a big crowd. People must have came from miles around. I didn't. That just shows you the dedication of sports fans. You know, they'll. Wow.
These young players that get drafted, see how it works. They want to get drafted in the first round. If you get drafted by a team in the first round, you're going to make pretty big bucks for a rookie.
Mhm.
If you don't get drafted in the first round, that doesn't mean you're not going to be a great player.
Right.
But a second round and a third round means you're going to get less money.
Yeah.
So if you've seen some of the families from via satellite where they're at home with their families and things like that, they're hoping and praying to get a call once the commission announced, and for the draft of the blah 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 team, the team select, and you see the team, and you know the players are at home crossing their fingers and praying that they get that first round pick, because with that pick, you guarantee money. It's a rookie deal, but you're going to get money, and this is their way of being to celebrate and help their families move on for a better life financially.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen situations like that where people are home waiting for that big announcement, drinking champagne before the announcement. Some of them are sloshed before the announcement comes up.
Yeah.
But it was a tremendous crowd out there, and it was like, whew.
Yeah.
Sports fans are very, very dedicated. Very dedicated.
Yeah.
And we talk about that the organ sounds at the stadium you mentioned earlier. I remember that they do that to pump up the crowd.
Oh yes, you know, yeah, especially when the home team is at bat.
Yeah,
they let's go Mets, or some boost them up and to boost up the players too as well as the team.
Yeah,
so
they do the charge, the charge and all kinds of things like that. And it's not just the organ anymore. They put out a lot of let's say for instance they use Harry Belafonte's Deo at Yankee Stadium to pump up the crowd. And he goes Deo, and the crowd goes Deo. They use all things too. But the organ is great, and I used to like to go to the stadium and listen. And each inning that was over, and when they next team go out to the field, in between that, you could hear the organist playing a little tune of something, and
especially when there's an ethnic group of players.
Yeah.
I know Lee Mazzilli or Rick Cerrone, former players, and they'll play a little Italian music, and is a Latin player. They play a little cha-cha music.
Oh, I know.
So, and of course, the great seventh inning stretch where everybody participates, everybody got to stand up and do their stretching and everything. Yeah.
But baseball, and I've said it many times before. I mean, baseball was like, I lived for it. I mean, they had so many things to offer in baseball. I remember the Mayor's Trophy game. I remember twilight double headers. They don't have those anymore. The twilight doubleheader, or even a doubleheader. You go to the game, you get two games for the price of one.
They used to be scheduled doubleheaders, not like a makeup doubleheader, but it was scheduled for two games. Yes,
it was scheduled, and they used to have Banner Day. What else? Glove Day, baseball bat. Well, they're gonna pass out bats anymore. For obvious reasons.
Because you're drinking beer or any kind of beverage, things get a little crazy.
Yeah. No, they used to have bat day. I remember that, but they're not going to do that anymore. Because even if a situation doesn't happen at the stadium, someone will get into a brawl or something and say, "Okay, we can't fight here, but I'll meet you outside." And then they're batting each other going towards the subway. No, they're not going to do that. It's not. I'm not laughing at that. It's not funny.
Right.
It's obvious why they won't do it anymore. But they continue if they pass out Glove Day. They don't even do Glove Day anymore. They do bobbleheads now.
Yeah.
your favorite player, or they'll say it's Derek Jeter bobbleheads,
Yeah.
I never had a Derek Jeter bobblehead. I have a bobblehead that I found one time of Henderson from the Mets. What's his?
He had no. Listen,
What was his first name?
Dave Henderson, Ricky Henderson.
Ricky Henderson, right? I have a bobblehead. I found it, and of all places, I was passing by, and I passing by this bar, and in New York, ever since the COVID situation came down, you could do like the outdoor thing. They build the outdoor sheds so you can go in there and eat and drink or whatever it is. And I found a bobblehead on the ledge, and I looked around. No one claimed it, so I took it. And I was going to give it away to someone. I gave it away to one of the viewers here, and a good friend of mine who I used to work with. But he never. I told him I was going to give it to him, and I told him, hey, you meet me, we'll get together, because I haven't seen him in a long time. He never responded to it, so I still have it. And if he still wants it, he can have it. But something, I may not give it away at all. I might just keep it.
Baseball got to come back with these things, because baseball is losing is losing their fans, their popularity. They're no longer the number one sports in North America. That's between NBA and the NFL now, and baby, baseball still ahead of the National Hockey League. Those are the four major sports in North America.
Yeah, But then you in order to get back to a situation like that, bring those things back, you have to get a marketing person that thinks the way we're thinking now, and say and realize that, hey, that's what brings the crowd in. Okay, we won't have bat day, let's have glove day. Let's have you could have something like having dinner or having lunch with one of the players. Something, that would bring baseball back completely. I really would.
Yeah.
For the old timers, we're still here, but for the young people, they need to come back to that.
Yes, absolutely, and hopefully that they will. I love sports. Sports is, again, like I said in the past, sports is a healing for people that's not doing well, or when there's involves politics, where there's wars that's going on. I mean, you got to think there's wars in Ukraine and the Israel-Hamas war. And I want to say shout out to my Jewish brothers, a happy Passover to them. But sports is a great therapy. We need sports because we push politics and war and killing and bombings away and put it aside. And that's why I support so much.
And speaking of our Jewish brothers and sisters, next month, which should be a few days from now, we'll be celebrating Jewish Heritage Month. Also Asian and Pacific Heritage Month. That's all coming up next month. So it's all in the bag, what we're going to be talking about here on the show. Okay, so there you go. So what's up for the weekend? What's the plan?
I just got back from Charlotte. So, from New York. It was a 1 day in and 1 day out. So probably just going to relax, watch the playoffs, and, maybe get something on the grill, something. Maybe, I don't know. Depends, because right now, I think it's more rest that I need than anything. I think I'm just going to rest and watch Netflix.
You take the train to and fro? I mean, you went back on the train. You came on the train. You came to New York on a train?
Oh, yeah.
I think you better get some rest.
Well, I'm not sleepy because of that. It's just when I got to New York, it was so many things I had to do for 1 day. So I had to just take care of what I needed to. Let me tell you, when you go on Amtrak, you relax. You can walk around. You can sit in the cafeteria. I would say, yes, it is a long ride coming from New York to Charlotte, Charlotte back to New York. But, you could get on your computer. You could watch your movies. You could do your work. I was supposed to do a wedding. So but that was canceled. But I had to still go to New York. But you could do your your own private work on your computer. They got chargers everywhere where you could charge your batteries of your phone and your tablet. So it didn't bother me at all. So that's not tired. I'm not tired because of that, but it's just tired because I've just been running around.
Well, I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you're safe and back in Charlotte. And I guess we'll catch you back here next week then.
God's willing, be back next week, and hope to see everybody next week. Hope everybody be safe. I'd like to give a shout out to dear old neighbor of mine, Bobby Drayton. I'd like to say hi to him. And Mary, of course, it's always good to see you on here. I hope all is well with you and everybody else, and just everybody enjoy.
Have a good weekend. The rest of it, enjoy.
Take care.
That's Brian Camp, ladies and gentlemen. With us, the latest developments in today's world of sports. He's always here at this time, bringing you the latest. And of course, you can still ask those questions if you want. Maybe it was too late. But you could still ask the questions if you have any sports-related questions. He's always willing to indulge and answer your questions, and that would be great. But we are here, and we're going to continue. Brian is gone, but we're going to continue to move along with the show and move along. It's the coffee hour. And so with that in mind, not only is it a coffee hour, but it's also National Pretzel Day. I'm going to get back to those coffees and the pretzels. I love them. I'm going to get back to them. But right now, and just shoot up just a little bit. Wash it down a little bit because I have some entertainment news to convey to you right now. Ready? Here we go. Soap opera actress and screenwriter Meg Bennett died. Bennett's family confirmed it in an obituary that was published Sunday. Bennett started her career as an actress by playing Marty Maraschino. During the original Broadway run of Grease in 1972, she transitioned into daytime soaps by booking the role of Eliza Walton on CBS Search for Tomorrow. And in 1980, Bennett joined The Young and the Restless as Julie Newman, aka the wife of Victor Newman, played by Eric Braeden. And Bennett was 75 years old. On one of the country's leading artist residency program, McDowell has awarded a Lifetime Achievement Prize to Yoko Ono, the groundbreaking artist, filmmaker, and musician, is this year's recipient of the Edward McDowell Medal, an honor previously given to Stephen Sondheim and Toni Morrison, among others. And Ono's son, Sean Ono Lennon, that's his name, said in a statement that the medal was an incredible honor. The Spice Girls reunited at Victoria Beckham's 50th birthday party last Saturday, where they danced to their hit song Stop in a video posted by David Beckham on Instagram. Porsche Spice did the signature dance to the hit alongside Mel B, Jerry Halliwell, also along with Emma Bunton, and we have one more Spice Girl here too, Melanie C. also. At her birthday celebration at the Oswalds, that's a private members club in London. Christian Alfonso reported back to the Days of Our Lives set Monday as Hope Brady to take part in the show's on-air tribute to Bill Hayes, who played her on-screen father, Doug Williams. Alfonso, who recently made her 41st year since she made her debut on Days of Our Lives. Her debut was back in 1983. She has warm memories of Hayes. The actress wished she could have worked together once again, as they were scheduled to do so in her last appearance on the soap in 2023. Now, sometimes a simple retweet says a whole lot, because Nancy Sinatra reposted a tweet on X, which seems to disapprove of casting Leonardo DiCaprio as her father, Frank Sinatra, and Jennifer Lawrence as his wife, Ava Gardner, in Martin Scorsese's biopic. As mentioned earlier in the week, the Sinatra family estate had blocked Scorsese's from making the biopic back in 2014. So I guess it looks like they're still not interested. Birthdays: actor, comedian Kevin James, who plays in the sitcom The Kings of Queens. I love that show. He's 59 years old today. Singer, the late Gary Wright, would have been 81. Bobby Rydell would have been 82. And musician Dwayne Eddy is 86 years old today. He's alive and well. And comedian Carol Burnett is 91 years young. Happy birthday, Carol Burnett. Keep on pumping. And I love the way she does that thing after each show, right? That's a signal. She had a storyline about that, but that's for another show. Thank you so much for being along with us. The name of the show is called The Coffee Hour. We're here with you, and we're going to be with you to the top of the hour. We have about 15 minutes, less than 15 minutes to go. And again, those of you who are watching us and you want to get involved in conversation, please do so now. It's never too late. We can talk to you right now as we speak and give you information that you need to know. We gave you sports. Coming up just a second from now, we're going to have those movies that we talk about all the time. And that's coming up for you. And we're looking forward to that. Okay, so let's get relaxed. And let's see what we got on the menu right now. Oh, before we move along, I want to tell you that you can get in contact with me. Now, I have two sources how you can do that. I have an email address and a telephone number, and I wish you would do that. Get in touch with me, because if you don't want to talk to us live, that's okay. I understand everyone's not cut out to do that, or maybe don't want to do it and just want to sit back and relax in the show. But if you want to get in touch with me, it's very easy. I have an email address, a telephone number. I will start with the email address first. The email address is Frank Allan Prod. That's Allan, Allan. And that's an important detail. You know why, right? Because there are different ways to spell it. But it's Allan. Prod is Prod. That's short for Productions. Frank Allan Prod at AOL.com. That's Frank Allan Prod at AOL.com. Or you may call me at 641-715-3900, extension 467-134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467-134. You can call anytime, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. All right, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. All right, that means we never sleep. I mean, I do the sleeping, but the telephones and the emails, they're always coming in. But we pick up on it later on, and we get back to you if you need us to. And of course, if you have something to say about the show, you want to critique it, which is fine. We're always open to constructive criticism, and we follow up. There may be someone that you want me to interview on the show. We could do that too. I love doing interviews. I don't get a chance to do them as often as I'd like, but we do them every once in a while here. And whatever you want to talk about, maybe you have a birthday coming up. And if you do, we'll announce it right here. We'll celebrate with you. We'll bring the cake and the cookies and everything else, the pretzels, because it's National Pretzel Month. But whatever it is, you get in contact with us. Now, keep the information with you in your telephone or wherever you can get easy access to, right? Keep it with you because you might want to use it again and again. So let me give you that email address once again. The email address is frankallanprod at AOL.com. That's frankallanprod at AOL.com. Telephone number once again is 641-715-3900, extension 467-134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467-134. As we speak in New York City, we have a big situation out here. You already heard about the big situations out here. First of all, you want to talk about the all of the demonstrations that's going on the college campuses. Oh, it's the it's a big thing out here. And you got situations happening in Columbia, the Columbia campus, that's Columbia University. I know there's some happening at NYU. Let's see, I think Fordham University, City College, and a few others. and they're all joining in. And Columbia University was the first college that started this demonstration. It's called the anti-Palestinian, not the anti, but the pro-Palestinian organizations. They created all of this, and they, and everyone and every student has a right. And you got a lot of people saying, like, these campuses are private property. It is private property, and the only reason why these people are setting up tents and protesting, they're being allowed by the presidents of the school now. Of course, they're calling for the resignation. Mike Johnson is calling for he's the Speaker of the House, he's calling for the firing, or not the firing, but for the resignation of the president of Columbia University for allowing all of this to go on. Okay, and we'll see what happens with that. But in the meantime, all of these college, and I know if you're familiar with New York City, you got to have NYU, and around NYU, you have a variety of buildings around the city of NYU. But over in the village where the park is, where the national, well, it's not national, but it's the, it's everybody knows the park. It's the park in the village. What's the name of the park in the village? It's called, I'm kind of losing it a little bit. But it's across the street from NYU, Washington Square Park. That's a famous park. A lot of people visit when they come out of town to visit New York City, and they have demonstrations in there all the time. So that's happening too. So there's so many things happening, and along with the demonstrations in New York, you have the court date of Donald Trump who's in court right now. At this particular time, let me look at my watch. He might be taking a snooze right now, but he is in the courtroom, and he has to be there according to the judge, because the judge said if he doesn't show up to these hearings like he's supposed to, then he's going to wind up locked up for about 30 days. And so he's been a good boy so far, but they have the hearings going on. It's being televised. It's not being televised on TV, but we get the reports coming on as they happen. For some of the reporters on some of the local stations bring the information back. But when I look at it, I think that all of this stuff should be televised. This court hearing should be televised, from him walking into the courtyard and into the court, and from that to when he's snoozing. Now, if he knows that there's cameras in there, he's not going to snooze. But I think the American people should have a glimpse of this, understand how this works and see how it goes. But they should be televising this. They should be actually televising this. So all of that's happening. And of course, yesterday, and I think they're going to continue whenever they're going to continue, when they had the hearings of the Trump-Moore immunity trial. All right. We already know that the majority of the Supreme Court justices are Republicans, and not just Republicans, but in my opinion, MAGA, because they refuse to do a bipartisan thing here between the majority and the minority. All right. And of course, the minority is Democrats. They only have like 3 of them on the justice seats. But there's going to be a delay in that department. And so they're saying, there's a lot of whisper going around. They're saying, well, this may take, maybe we won't get to it before the general election, which, by the way, is November 5th. Which reminds me to tell you, you have to get out there and vote, because if you don't get out there and vote, we may lose if you don't get out there and vote, and if you vote the wrong person in there's a possibility that we may lose a lot of our freedom. Democracy is on the line. We may even lose the freedom of having pretzels on the air. Or coffee, or anything like that. I'm just joking around a little bit, but you get the idea. So get out there and vote November 5th. I'm going to keep reminding you, because this is the time to do it. November 5th will be here just before you know it. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, have those movies I was telling you about. And they're all from Turner Classic Movies. I have them. They're my picks of the week. And so what I want to do right now is bring them to you because I know a lot of you may want to catch up on some movies. So if that's the case, then I have a few that I want to give to you right now, so you'll get a chance to put it on your list this weekend, movies, what to watch. So let's get started right now. Going back to 1967, The Graduate. I love that movie, The Graduate. Dustin Hoffman, Anne Bancroft, and Catherine Ross. And that comes on Turner Classic Movies. You can check it out Saturday at 12:15 a.m. That's midnight. Now, if you don't have a chance to stay up that late, you can always record it, DVR it, watch it later on. All right. All of these movies, as a matter of fact, you don't get the chance to watch it in real time. DVR them and watch them at your own very time convenience. Here's something else. 1972, Superfly, Ron O'Neal, Carl Lee, and Sheila Fraser. That's on Turner Classic Movies. That's at 2 a.m. Eastern. Again, DVR it if you don't want to stay up that late. If you have insomnia, well, this is the time for you to watch it. And we also have Guess Who's Coming to Dinner from 1967. Sidney Poitier is in it, but also you have Spencer Tracy and Katharine Hepburn. And it's on Turner Classic Movies, Sunday, a classic, and that's at 6 p.m. Eastern on Sunday. And finally, here's something nice that I love. One of my favorite movies, too, 1974, The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3. And this is the original one, by the way, with Walter Matthau, Robert Shaw, and Martin Balsam. This is the original Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3. And that's on Turner Classic Movies. You can check it out Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. The reason why I say this is the original, because there was a remake of this movie with John Travolta. You know, now was Denzel Washington in that movie? It's been so long since I've seen it. I didn't particularly like it too much because I'm not a fan of remakes, cover records, or anything that was done previously. But you have to prove to me that it's just as good or maybe even better. Nevertheless, you can check it out, and that's coming this coming Sunday at 8 p.m. Now, go to Turner Classic Movies, go through the program guide, because there may be other movies that I didn't mention, or it may be right there, and it may be to your liking, and you want to watch it in real time, or you want to DVR it too. That's why I always send you there each week so you can check it out. It's Turner Classic Movies, and just go there and catch something that you may not have ordinarily seen in a long time. And then while you're there too, if you want to go on demand, there are a lot of free movies that you may like. I'll send you there. A lot of movies from A to Z, chock full of them. Movies that haven't been around in a long time. Movies may jog your memory, and they're all there. It's all a matter of you selecting them. This is on cable TV. If you have cable, a lot of people don't. A lot of people are streaming, which is another thing that's good. Streaming is good. There's a lot of things to be seen there. But if you have cable, you can go there and check it out. Also, while you're on demand too, you can go and watch some of the sporting events. There are a lot of great sporting events. If you didn't get a chance to see them in real time or you missed it, you could always go back the next day and you can go there and go on demand and watch them again, sometimes without commercial interruption. There are a lot of kiddie programs, nice things for the kids. You like Lifetime movies, see what's happening there, see what's available there. You also have documentaries. The whole 9 yards is all right there. You have a whole weekend to check it out. Whatever you want to check out is right there. Plus the ones I gave you just now, which I'm going to give you again right now. So let's get started. Again, it's The Graduate, Dustin Hoffman, Anne Bancroft, and Catherine Ross. Turner Classic Movies, Saturday at 12:15 a.m. Eastern. Superfly with Ron O'Neal, Carl Lee, and Sheila Fraser. That's Turner Classic Movie. That's Sunday at 2 a.m. Eastern. And Guess Who's Coming to Dinner with Spencer Tracy, Katharine Hepburn, and Sidney Poitier. And that's on Turner Classic Movie. That's Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern. And The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3. Walter Matthau, Robert Shaw, and Martin Balsam. That's Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And it's all right there on Turner Classic Movies. I hope you give these movies a try. I think you'll like it. As a matter of fact, I guarantee you will. That's going to wrap it up for me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm out the door. My weekend is officially underway. Yours will be here soon, just before you know it. I'm going to come back next Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern because we are going to talk back live. That's Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Brian Camp will be here with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. We'll look forward to seeing you then. And then you can meet me back here next Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern for more of the Coffee Hour with Brian Camp and I, sports, and we look forward to seeing you then. Okay? I promise we'll be here. Well, I don't promise you, for the grace of God. And I hope he'll bring me back here. And if he does, then I'll see you back here. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, have yourself a great week, a great weekend, I should say, and a great day. And enjoy yourself. Take care. See you soon.
You've been watching the Coffee Hour with your host Frank Allan. The producer has been Al Dale. Technical assistant Dave Taylor. Research by Sandy Pierce. And I'm your announcer Donna Stenke. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time on the Coffee Hour.